This is WW3 News of the day. Today I'm going to deal with a thing which a friend of mine on Viterbo, she sent me an answer agency from Italy's answer agency, which hands out information to all the media here in Italy. And there was an interesting very thing. Berlin and one of the probably squares or whatever, what they call in Italian quartiere, neighborhood, there was a blackout. And more than 45,000 people remain without electricity. And they discovered a transformer burnt out. To be precise, there was a fire deliberately to destroy this transformer, and it was reivindicated by a German lefty anarchism, what you would call it, organisations, one of those things there, that crazy stuff there. The thing is, when the lights go out, not just to black out because the thing they have to reduce power, or in a case of a mass casualty event, like in Europe more than 23 years ago, we experienced during the summer a blackout. It took around more than a day to kickstart the whole system. And don't forget, Spain, Portugal, and some parts of France were hit by a sudden blackout, but they said it was a technical thing, it was on the Pyrenees, God knows what, line go down, a load of usual bullshit. The thing is, in those cases, or that of Spain, it could have been a cyber attack, it could be some foreign provocateur, or some home provocateur to create a false flag situation. And seeing the circuitry, the grids are integrated in Europe, not like in America, they are divided in 3 sections. Therefore, if one goes out, it won't immediately affect the others. And this could mean mass blackouts throughout Europe. It could take minutes and hours if a fault of this type occur. Or cyber attacks, EMP or SMB things. In certain situations, if it's an EPM or SME which burns out a transformer, it's going to take years to replace. And immediate online on these hardware is not that easy. China, they make these films mostly, and that's the dependence on other countries for these things. Once upon a time, more than 35 years ago, something was still made in Europe. Going 40 years back, a lot more things were made in Europe. 50 years or 60 years ago, most of the things were made in Europe. Basically, components, all that appliances we used at that time. It's all made in China. They have the manufacturer powerhouse, and they got everything to do it. So apart the aging infrastructure, these thingy bobs, grids, is another problem. They're not new. Could be more than 30 or 40 years old, these grids. Probably they may be updated use of computers. That's why a cyber attack could shut everything down. It goes to show we're a lot more vulnerable now of blackouts than we were in the past. Probably in the past because there was energy crises and stuff like that. They were programmed blackouts at a certain hour on a day, a few hours of that, switch it off to conserve energy. Here's a discussion your would-be, they say, called domestic terrorist or foreign agents could even take it out. Or it's a government which probably may do a false flag and blame it on the other side. The temptation of this for them is pretty high.